I'm just say this, right? Make sure your habits match your expectations, right? And you're right where you're supposed to be right now. Don't be afraid to ask for help, and surround yourself with people that can add to your cultural capital. Let's get started. It doesn't necessarily mean anything if you have something that you think that they need. If they don't recognize the need for themselves, then it's a constant struggle. When we try to engage them in a space to say, here's some things you should think about considering, and this is why.
His idea, just the whole overall, everything that we've done throughout the years, is to have the kids with limited resources have exposure and experience to know that there is more to it than just what you see.
It was birthed out from some of the other initiatives doing work with the youth, whether it was coaching, whether it was putting on reading and math enrichment clinics, whether it was taking kids on college tours. As time evolved, we had other entities, the Hood Enrich program. My wife and I committed X number of dollars to taking kids to Europe, financial literacy camps in the summertime at Wharton at the University of Pennsylvania, and code academies for kids in the city. All these previous experiences led to the formation of JBA Advisors.
I think the ultimate goal is just to see it grow. I believe we all have a story to tell, some similar, some different, but I think the main objective is that you come with the story.
I realized that before we can address some of the topics that we had built into this curriculum, there were some real life needs that needed to be addressed. They all had a story.
After hearing everybody's story, I see as though like some people came from where I came from, did the things I did, went through the things I did. So I thought it was gonna be like one guy that come talk to share his story, and then it was gonna be over. But it was multiple successful people who was sharing these stories on how they got to be where they is now. They gave me more confidence in myself, and they really showed me and told me how I shouldn't let where I come from dictate my future.
When I can be vulnerable and I open up myself and I share my shortcomings, my failures, my hard times, things that threw my life off the rails, I've now given you an invitation to reciprocate and share with me. And once you do that, we have a pact. It may be light, it may be very early, but we now have a pact because we can see each other's pain point.
Plan needs to be in place in order for this change to be sustainable. There's a list of things that we must continue to do in order to give these guys an opportunity to fight for a limited amount of resources out there.
Just as it was talking to them can change somebody's life because everybody doesn't have the support system to listen to them. And everybody don't know who to go to talk to.
We're all the same, and we all have a story to tell. This is my story to help you know that you can be like me if you choose. And you can be something different, and I will help you get there.
This program works because you always have a backbone or support system to hold you up when you're falling down.
You cannot expect to get different results by doing the same thing. So by choosing to join this program or to show up and attend one of the meetings, you've made a decision to change the trajectory of what's going to happen in your life, and you've shown it in your actions. There always has to be a connection between what you say you want to happen and what you're actually demonstrating in your actions.
As long as I continue to go forward, even if I wander left or right, if my momentum is still going forward, I'll always be on that track to be celebrated.
We can help individuals think differently. We can help them do better. So, because thinking really controls behavior. At the end of the day, I heard it once said that you are what you eat. But as the more I grow, I'm learning you are what you think.
So the exchange goes both ways. But more importantly, I have a responsibility going forward because I expose them to some things that they may want to obtain. So what am I going to do from this day forth is really my challenge today.
The analogy I used with the students was, if you see a baseball game, right? A pitcher goes to the bullpen before every baseball game. In life, people don't usually do that. They don't have that warm-up period. So when that pitcher goes out to the mound, he goes, all right, I've already warmed up. My arm feels good. I've already practice my cadence or what I want to throw to batters. Now I'm ready to go. Let's start to condition ourselves even before it's applicable. Before there's a batter, he's still getting ready to pitch. So before you go out into life, before you have to have a family, have a house, all that, you have to get ready. Even though this might not be applicable right now, it can work for you later because this is how you prepare yourself. Do what you have to do now so you can do what you want to do later.
I expect that we will be able to develop a network that stems across the country so that wherever there's a need, we can be able to pick up a phone and call and get that need met.
You can be successful all by yourself. I could be a coach for the Boston Celtics and be happy that I'm coaching in the NBA, and someone may say that's reaching success. I want to continue to be significant to help put other people in front of their needs and wants. Most of their needs, a little bit of their wants, but more importantly, help push them forward, because so many other agents were placed in my life at the right time to help push me forward. I just want to be that. So whether JBA Advisors is just an entity that continues to expose young people to the vast amount of resources that are out there, or whether it just bowls over into this conglomerate of uniting organizations and schools with different types of avenues to produce agents that are going to push others forward, I feel as though we'll be doing our job.
Coming to a place like this for my friends can help them grow as a person, and I would tell them that it's great people to meet and just to talk to, and there's more people out there that's like me and you that you just don't know about.
Most people think that like where they come from, ain't no resources around them, no people trying to help them, they just want to see them fail. But it's actually there's opportunities and resources out here to help you be successful in life.
The fact that we made it, but we want to reach back, I think is the number one issue. You know, that we did it, but we're not going to forget where we come from, and we're going to pull you guys up with us. You know, there's a saying that you get in the door and you kick it open for 5 people to come behind you is, you know, the idea.